All right, that's enough out of me. What do you say we bring out a second act of the night? All right. Now, she was voted class clown, and her family history includes a great-great-great-great-uncle who was a court jester in old Europe, coming all the way from the United States by way of knockout. Please welcome to the stage, Miss Sydney Solis.
Thank you so much for coming out. Let's give it up for the house. Thank you, Michael. Hello, Madrid. Thank you. Again, my name is Sydney Solis, and that's Sydney, as in the city of Sydney, Australia. Anybody from there been there? All right. Now, well, I've never been there. And obviously, I'm not a kangaroo. Because there's no Joey down under here, only Bush. Any Tasmanian devils out there? Well, be sure to meet me out back after the show. Now, I'm from the United States of America. So don't worry, I don't have any guns, no weapons, just my words, and maybe my tits. I hope you die laughing tonight, because I made my comic debut in Orlando, Florida last month. That's where I'm from. Well, I was denied disability for my mental illness, so I thought the logical thing in my mind was become a stand-up comic, right? You have to be fucking nuts to come up here in front of you. And then I figure if I fall flat on my face and make a big fool of myself, that's a success in comedy, right? Yeah. And then disability will see me and they'll go, yep, she's fucking insane. So I figure, I've done this before in my life. I used to do it with kids, to get up and stand up telling stories. I thought, how hard can it be in front of a bunch of drunk adults? So I don't even drink alcohol. No, not anymore. It doesn't mix with my antipsychotics. No, just kidding. I don't take antipsychotics anymore. I don't even smoke marijuana anymore. All day, every day, at least while I'm in Spain. So, well, now, the crazy thing I'm crazy about are words. The sounds of words, meanings of words, origins of words, like Canberra, capital of Australia, right? You know what Canberra means? Literally, it's the space between a woman's breasts. Yeah, 2 mountains, a valley, cleavage. Well, what do you expect from a country that was founded from a male penile colony, right? They were bad, bad boys. And, well, you just know that poor guys, you know, nothing but sheep at night, those ranchers, you know what they were dreaming of. Can't bear it anymore, mate. Now, I like the sound of words. Names have meanings, you know, like take Todd, simple name, right? Do we have any Todds out there? Todd? Well, you know what Todd means in German? Death. Death. It means death. Can you imagine? If you have a child and you're like, you want to see my new baby? Sure. What's his name? Dad. I love you too, Dad. Give Grandma a kiss, Dad. Poor Grandma. Little does she know, every time her grandkid comes over, she's facing Dad. Better not cheat him. And then how about Dolores? Anybody named Dolores out there, huh? No? Well, you know what dolor means in Spanish, right? Pain, sorrow, and suffering, yeah. And then there's Tristan, Welsh name, French. Any Tristans out there? Because that means sorrow and sadness. Can you imagine, literally, if you had twins? You'd be going, pain and sorrow, you get over here this minute. Now, Sydney is actually my middle name because the Catholic Church, for some reason, wouldn't allow it to be my first name. My mother said, I guess there were no St. Sydneys. And so, well, I got the first name as Patricia, named after some secretary at my father's work. But I did do a little research and found out that Sydney with a Y, like Australia, I figured why the Catholic Church didn't like it. It's related to that Greek god named Dionysus, you know. That one was born on December 25th, died and resurrected in the spring. Yeah, that one. So I figured those ancient Greeks had great wisdom, and my name means I'm a rambunctious party god, yeah. Well, no, I love Jesus, but I feel like I'm not going to wait around for some guy named Todd to show up before we get this party started in paradise. I want some heaven on earth right now. Yeah. I mean, no wonder the church made him into the devil, you know. Yeah, but speaking of, you know, why do we demonize sex? Huh? Sex is part of nature, you know, birds and the bees and are animals after all, right? I mean, the Americans who are taking COVID-19, ivermectin, you know, that horse dewormer for their COVID-19, well, that proves it that we're animals, right? They got it from their veterinarians. I mean, I don't think nature is fallen, but I think some IQs have. I mean, sex can be terrifying to Americans. I love my country, but I kid you not. Like, I'm from Florida, you know, and I call it Florida for a reason. There's a place called Niceville, Florida, and they sent a sheriff on a criminal investigation because the teacher at the high school had showed an R-rated movie about Alexander the Great. I guess had some sex scenes in it for her classical studies class. Well, you know, she said she couldn't find the family-friendly version. And, you know, I'm sorry, but, you know, to have a family, you know, you need some fucking going on. I mean, I know we require fucking because, you know, I have 2 kids, and that's what it takes, you know, like, Dolores, it's pretty painful. But the crazy thing was, she, you know, she had fast-forwarded it past the sex scenes, you know. She was showing it to the kids for the battle scenes, you know. It's okay in America to show a kid death and violence and war and destruction, but a woman's nipples? No. No, you know. I mean, you see why, you know, why tits make such great weapons? You know, I mean, send in the army. Because, I mean, you know, why would death and destruction and send in the army, but, you know, I could show you my tits, or I could just take out a machine gun and shoot killing you all right now. Which would you prefer? But, you know, I swear I think we need a little more orgasm and less organized religion. Now, in my mind, I know, like the Immaculate Conception, I mean, no men made up that, because you know what immaculate means, right? Neat and clean and tidy, and you know, I'm sorry, but you know, there's nothing neat and clean and tidy about menstruation and sex and birth. I mean, you know, Dolores. It's pretty messy stuff, and men just can't handle a woman's bodily fluids, you know. I mean, just ask my husband. Should he hear me just fart in the bathroom? And he's like, ew, you're ruining the feminine mystique. So, now, there actually is a Saint. It turns out, I did some research, and he's actually the patron saint of France, yeah. Saint Denis. And it's Saint Denis in English, and He was a 3rd century martyr who, he was decapitated, head fell off, and he picked it up and he walked some distance giving a sermon. It was the original walk and talk. Well, I figure, I just don't believe really in the miracles and even like a supernatural God watching me, anymore. Because, well, it was making me paranoid. Just ask my psychiatrist. But I'm just kidding. I don't see a psychiatrist anymore. Every day. Now that I'm in Spain, besides, supernatural God watching me, that never stopped me from allowing a good Catholic boy named Joey from roaming Sydney's bush at night. And I figure, whether it's St. Dennis's head talk, or, supernatural God watching you, or the elf on the shelf, what that's really preparing us for. Who's watching us? Big Brother surveillance is who's watching you to make sure you don't cut your dick, because St. Dennis doesn't want you to get your hands on that kind of a head. Thank you very much. I'm Cindy Solis.